Is your debt causing you sleepless nights? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. And your debt won't be the only thing keeping you up at night. Debt KO, free impartial advice on all your debt. This is KUGAN, CASSIUS, IFL TV, MTK Global. All right, mate?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm joined by Tom Little. How are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Like, I was, to be honest with you, I was very, very, very touched by the heartfelt comments and the response I got from like me news of retirement. Like that was very. Like I didn't realise how much I was like actually well liked. To be fair, and yeah, like it's weird. Like it's. I know it sounds silly because it ain't been long at all, but it has proper settled in. Like I'm genuinely at peace with it. Do you know what I mean? I think you know when you've made the right decision because you ain't even got that little thing. Have I made? Do you know what I mean? So like when I've looked back at it, I'm happy with the hand I dealt and what I've done. And listen, we all could have done more, but whatever, it is what it is, and I'm happy. Do you know what? Seeing the response that I've got on my career, it's made it seem like it was all really worthwhile. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for that, because like the messages I've got, I could never get back to them if I sit there for 10 weeks. Been real. So I'd like to say I'm record honestly to everybody that did get in contact with me. Absolute thank you. And
Okay, well, listen, as long as you're happy, that's what counts, and it seems like you are, so onwards and upwards.
onwards and upwards, son. Onwards and upwards. Let's just see where it goes. I dare say I'll be around boxing for a while and whatever not. I'm just like I said, I'm enjoying my time away from boxing at the minute, enjoying my family. I'm going to enjoy Christmas, and then I'm going to have a look, see what sort of thing I want to do, or where it'd have a space for me in it, because I don't want to like completely wash my hands of boxing because it's a massive part of my life. But we'll see. That's another subject for another day. What a night of boxing last night.
Yeah, before you start on that, I can only literally see you from the mouth. Right, I can't
But
see
now,
you. Right there. I can see you now. Try and, if you can hold it
right
there, that'd be good.
yeah,
Your reaction to Daniel Dubois' first defeat as a professional to Joe Joyce last night?
who saw that genuinely coming? Like, I'm going to put on record now, right? I'm going to be, because look, I like to believe I'm one of the few genuinely honest people, like, about. And like, I was saying Joyce, because I didn't want to put Joyce there because he's a lovely fella, lovely, lovely boy. And I was saying Joyce more so out of respect for me mate Shane Watson, because he plays a part in managing. He helps out with the management side of things, like he works for S-Jam and that. So like I was like, but always in that thing, I just thought to myself, because I shared the ring with both of them, I thought, Joe, what? Joe ain't the hardest man to hit. But this is the thing, boys. This is what I'm going to say now. This is the difference between sparring and fighting. Do you know what I mean? Because people can like not really do it in sparring, and some people can absolutely turn it on in the ring and whatever not. And do you know what it is? I messaged Joe. I went, listen, don't worry about your trainer. A trainer can't win the fight for you. Blah blah blah. So steal the gap, take his jab away. I said his jab. You know, I mean, you spoke about it before, like how strong his jab is. Take his jab away. Blah blah blah. And by Christ, boy, he went out there and done it, and he didn't even have to rush him to do it. He took his jab away from him by standing up tall and jabbing with him. So, listen, fair play to him. Honestly, I think props to him. Well done. But I don't care what anyone says. Nobody see that coming. Nobody see him boxing his way to doing that to Daniel. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think plenty of people thought he would have beat him, like just got on him, worked him, grinded him down. But I don't think nobody seen like literally him jabbing his nut in.
Tom, obviously Daniel Dubois has come under a lot of criticism today. Everyone's had their opinion about the way that fight ended, the fact that Daniel took a knee in that 10th round and then didn't get up until after the 10 count. So what is your take on what happened there?
Well, listen, I can and I can't, because to be fair, Daniel beat me fair and square. Do you know what I mean? When we box, so like I can't really like. Well, I'm just gonna say it as I see it, Coog. A jack's a jack. Quitting's quitting. Do you know what I mean? And I don't agree with it. I think you ain't there to quit. You ain't there to chuck it in. And yeah, I just think that's going to be a hard thing to come back with, because that's always going to play on him. Listen, and everyone's going to know if I stick it to him hard, he's got it in him. Anybody that know, listen, I said this when I boxed him. I weren't good enough to pull it off. But I called it. I said, you've got quit right over you. I can see it. I can see it in you. You've got quit right all over you, because it boils back down to that thing. Like, listen, it's easy to quit on someone else.
Pull your head down. Pull your head down, because we can only see half your head when you're talking. Sorry, mate. Sorry. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's easy to quit when you're fighting for someone else's dream. Do you know what I mean? When you're fighting for your own dream, it's not so easy to give up on. And it looks like look. Don't be wrong. I'm not denying. I'm not denying that it weren't painful, but it's the painful game, isn't it? People get eyes and bad eyes and whatever. Not listen. It's nothing that he couldn't have seen 2 rounds out with. His head weren't hanging off. That's a straight up quit. That's an hard thing to come back from mentally. Mentally for him. Mentally, he knows deep down in his eye he chucked it in. So, Daniel, I don't know what questions you got asked to yourself or whatever not, but listen, you can't dress a turd up as a steak, and quitting's quitting. However people want to put it and dress it up, saying he was in it, he hurt himself. Yes, all right, you hurt yourself, fair enough. Eye damage, eardrum damage, they're all things we can. And I said this here the other day. So they're all injuries that are associated with having a fight, and how you deal with them during a fight is what determines a good fighter from a great fighter from an all-time great fighter. Do you know what I mean? It ain't just getting the fight and getting the win. It's dealing with the little obstacles in the way. And listen, he straight up quit it, boy, didn't he?
Tom, go on.
Let me just put it this way, Coog. Right? Every time I've boxed, or every time I was saying, would you ever say that you could imagine me taking a knee and letting myself get into a counted out?
No, but it's easy for me to say, because I know you, and say I don't believe you would do that. But I ain't in the ring and I ain't taking them punches, and I don't know what it's like for you. You might have thought at one point that you felt like doing it, but you refused to do it. I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Listen, let me tell you something.
From what I know, I don't think that at all. But it's easy for someone on the outside to have an opinion about this, isn't it?
Listen, it comes a time when you just got to grab hold of your stones and say, right, we're gonna see this through. Do you know what? I would have respected a lot more if he would have thought, right, my eyes closed, and this is flashbacks to me and Daniel fighting. Like my left hand was gone, right? My left hand was gone completely. Don Charles can't hear a word I'm saying. Ask him, right? And I want to come back to Don Charles in a minute, because he deserves some credit here, because exactly what Joe done, and I swear to God, he got me. That's what he wanted me to do, constantly moving around and working with jab. The simple bottom of it is I weren't good enough to do it. But, like, in the end, I was just swinging shots, hoping either he caught me or I caught him. Do you know what I mean? That's how it was. But when you're suffering and whatever, and that's what I would have rather seen him do. Think to yourself, you know what? Someone get my shield out, because I'm about to go out on it. I'm either going to pin him or he's going to pin me. One of the two ways. Not take a knee and just think, you know what? I'm going to call it in and I'm going to collect me money. because that's not a good look, mate.
He's 23 years old. He's just suffered his first defeat as a professional. Can he learn from this, what happened last night, and can he come through this?
Cool.
Make him a better
He's
fighter.
a baby. It's scary when you think how young he is and at the level he's boxing at.
23 years old.
And how physically and talently gifted he is. Do you know what I mean? It's sickening when you think about that. But there's one thing that will never ever change. And listen, you can't. I don't care what you're saying, what you don't. He can come back. He can learn all he wants. But people will always know now, if I put it on him strong enough and put his back against it enough, he will look for a way out. Listen, I know this sounds a very silly comparison. It's the same as a coursing dog. Once a coursing dog stops chasing, he will always do it. The minute that run gets a bit hard for him, that's it. I say, that's it. I'm done. That's it. I genuinely, that's it. The defeat itself, like say if he just lost the fight, it's kind of like there's always coming back because of how young he is, how gifted he is, and everything else. But the way it's ended, that's what makes it an hard road back. Do you know what I mean? But listen, Frank Warren is a very, very, very good man at building people, and I'm pretty sure if there's anybody to get him back, Frank will do his job. Frank will get him back. But anybody at that top tier, at that next level, when it's time for him to step up again, I think it'd be very like down low straight away. Listen, I'm gonna make this hard for you in spots. Be consistent with me work. Make it work. See you pass 5-6 rounds, and you're gonna lose severe art. Because it ain't about just because look, Kevin Johnson seen him through 10 rounds, with 10 rounds of being a punch bag, but he had 10 rounds there of getting hit back and getting made pay for little mistakes and mental pressure, and that's what it was. That it was mental pressure that done him, and he go, listen, his eye swelled up, and he was like, how do I deal with this? How do I deal with it? I've got him keep jabbing me in the face. I've got my eyes swelling up. I'm at a place where I've never been. And you know what I'm going to say was right? Old Sam Jones. He was right. He said he needed a Jennings or someone. This is a fight too early for him. You've got to give him the due. Listen, you've got to give credit where credit's due. They called it, didn't
they? Yeah, I suppose, listen, hindsight's a wonderful thing, but I suppose the level of opponents, level of opposition that Joe Joyce has had in those fights, the Staverns, the Jennings, even Ian Lewinson on his first pro debut, he's kind of had those kind of opponents that I suppose where Daniel hasn't.
No, do you know what it was though? Do you know what? And I kept seeing pundits all week long saying they kept dismissing Daniel's jab and what I've not. And listen, I can tell you firsthand, Daniel's jab is his best shot by far. His best shot by far. I'll tell you that firsthand. And I thought nobody was really mentioning it, but like there weren't. Do you know what I've really found? And all, we weren't trying to come underneath. Like he weren't trying to come underneath Joe's jab. He weren't. Do you know what I mean? It was just, and just like I don't know. It just, like he was just trying to. It's like he only had one plan, and that was to get him out. Do you know what I mean? And for someone with a pedigree, and this is what I mean. You know when people mention like former Olympians and whatever not, they're so seasoned, they're so experienced, and everything. You need more than one plan. I feel very strongly about quitting. I do. I always have done, and I believe when you're in there to fight and you're in there and you're getting paid really well, you're there to listen. You're there to go out on your back if you need to. And I don't know. But, no, I'm just like it's disappointing, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's disappointing, but listen. To be fair, I couldn't be happier that Joe Joyce has won. I generally couldn't, because he's such a nice fella. He's generally a real nice boy, and like everybody was. Like,
I'll see ya. Can you not see the screen? Your head. That's it. Your head's in shot now. God.
no, I mean, the front camera ain't working, Coop. See, because I don't want people to start assuming that I've had the brains punched out of me and I keep drifting my hand down. I can't control it. I generally can't see the screen.
Oh, you can't see the screen. That's why you can't see where your head is. Okay.
Yeah, I can't see the front camera too.
Okay.
But yeah, like everybody ripped Joe off, didn't they? So like, I'm over the moon that he's done it, and he's made a bit of a. Well, he ain't made a bit of a statement. He's made a big statement. I need to be fair. So onwards and upwards to the juggernaut, eh?
Yeah. Well, it was interesting to see what Joe does now. He seems to be in a very good position. And like I said, if anyone doubted him, he announced himself last night.
Yeah. He proved he's got more strings to his bow than just running people over, isn't he?
Yeah. But yeah, interesting to see where they both go from here. But Tom, listen, thank you very much for your time. It's been good. Your internet has been terrible, but it's been good to see you. So,
who do I send me CV into?
Send it into. You get that, yeah?
Yeah, job seekers, isn't it?
Next time, the amount of Zoom interviews you do, right? You should have a nice little setup somewhere in your house for when people do Zooms with you.
I'm not at my house. I'm at mother's meat pudding.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
I'm at mother's and father's.
See,
I've done it all on spare at the moment. You know what I mean? Dropped everything and run through the bedroom with it and made time for me old mate Cookie Bear.
Okay. Even though if you couldn't see your head for half of it, but anyway.
Who wants to look at my ugly head anyway? To be,
I don't want to see your Puma unless you're being sponsored by Puma. Your Puma tracksuit.
Listen, I won't get sponsored by nobody now.
You never know.
I'm sponsored by Natasha at Runway Number 1.
Okay.
Any bitches out there want a hair weft or weave, go look her up.
All right. Okay. I'll bear that in mind. Tom Little, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV once again. No doubt we'll catch up with you again when we want some expert advice.
Yeah.
And analysis.
Mate, I'm probably the best pundit out there at the minute.
I'll agree.
All right, my old bruv.
All right.
I'll see you in a bit, eh?
See you in a bit, Tom. Thank you very much for your time, as always.
Is your debt causing you sleepless nights? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. And your debt won't be the only thing keeping you up at night. Debt KO, free, impartial advice on all your debt.